Hello and welcome to the Marketing One podcast. I'm your host, Anusha Khannan, and it is great to have you here. Are you looking to move into marketing or want to learn marketing from scratch? We discuss all things marketing, analytics, business, personal branding, AI, and much more in a way any layman can understand. If you're new here, make sure to follow along and get on that email list by visiting anushakhannan.com/email list to receive newsletters from me twice weekly. Follow at Anusha Ramesh Khannan on TikTok. Tag us on your stories. Would love to see that. And now let's dive in. Today, we're talking about something a bit unexpected, a strategy that's less about doing more and actually about doing less. I know it's confusing. I'm talking about the power of taking a digital detox to sort of recharge and get your creativity back and to avoid burnout. So, you know the advice, create more, consume less. I've heard it a million times and I took that too seriously. But from my experience, that's not entirely right. I've been experimenting with this, creating while also consuming intentionally. And honestly, I have a whole podcast talking about balancing. So I think it's applicable here as well. I think it's all about balance because too much creating without consuming leaves you feeling empty, like you're running on fumes. It's sort of what I've been feeling these last couple of weeks because I've been creating videos, I've been creating podcast episodes, I've been writing newsletters. Now I'm like, I don't know what to do. And that is when I realized because too much consuming can also be a problem, but not consuming anything can also be a problem. You start losing your own voice and direction. So for me, it's been about finding an equal balance of creating and consuming. And I want to talk about that and how that can actually help your marketing strategy. Now, I haven't done a full detox yet, but I'm doing it in small steps in terms of taking breaks here and there. Now, with Instagram, I was making videos every single day. Then I was like, wait, if I do this long term, this might not be sustainable. So maybe we try it out 3 times a week or 4 times a week. And each time I make it a little bit of a difference, I'm noticing a difference in myself, my creativity. And I know that for big brands, it's not possible to just take a step back because you have a strategy in place and I have a strategy in place too. But I think it's more important to test out whenever you can. Now with the holiday season, I'm sure a lot of companies have their content strategy in place. So maybe you can take a little bit of, I'm not asking you to stop creating content. I'm saying maybe just take a step back for an hour or two, clear your mind, don't watch content, don't create content. Because there's this space that opens up where I can think clearly and I can come back to my work feeling more creative and less stressed. This is more for people that are in the creative space. If you're like me and the idea of full digital detox feels extreme to you, I start small. For example, setting 30 minutes a day to step away from screens. That might be for a walk, a break for journaling, or just sitting with your thoughts. I alternate between creating and consuming intentionally. So if I'm spending about 3 hours editing a video and creating it, I will spend the same 3 hours consuming content that inspires me or aligns with my goal, rather than scrolling mindlessly. I'm a very big fan of unfollowing things that don't resonate with me. And the third thing I've been doing is giving myself digital-free mornings, which is pretty tough. I wake up and open my email and I read newsletters. That's been my go-to for a while, but I've stopped doing that for quite some time. Just giving my brain to go wherever it wants to go just to see what kind of creative ideas it comes up with. Even an hour away from screens first thing in the morning can actually set a fresh kind of tone. And I'm not talking about going cold turkey on tech because that is not something I've ever been able to do. But I think it's about finding balance, finding that sustainable practice that can help you avoid burnout. That's really interesting, but hold on a second. I've got something just as exciting to share with you. Elevar Gazette is your go-to newsletter for elevating both your personal and professional life. Every Sunday, get tips on achieving balance and personal growth. Every Thursday, receive career advice, marketing strategies, and professional development insights, and much more. Plus, stay updated with the latest from my podcasts and much more. Join my newsletter today at anushakhannan.com/email list and start elevating your journey. Let's get back into the show. And this is not just me, right? Studies back this up. Research shows that when we spend too much time consuming content, especially on social media, it can increase stress and reduce our attention span. And for marketers, studies show that people who balance both consumption and creation tend to stay more engaged, curious, and even motivated. I mean, marketing strategist Neil Patel says that marketers who regularly take breaks to consume diverse content end up generating fresher ideas and staying ahead of trends. When people ask me the question, how do you stay ahead of trends? I always wonder how I do that because I'm always on my phone. I'm always consuming content. But that also burns me out. And after a while, the trends start to feel like, I don't care. That is why I've been thinking maybe if I take a little bit of break, the trends will actually feel fresh to me and I'll be ahead of other people. And why is Neil Patel saying this? It's because they're actively refueling their creativity and learning from what's out there and not just running on empty. One of the biggest problems with only creating content is you're not looking at what else is out there, which is not going to inspire you. I'm not saying you have to copy someone else, but there are way more chances for you to get inspired if you watch the right type of content, and that can only happen when you're not doom scrolling. Once again, it's not about going cold turkey on tech. Instead, it's about creating that sustainable balance. My challenge to you is try a small detox, digital detox this week, maybe just an hour, and notice what it does for your energy and focus. And when I say detox, I'm not saying close your phone and open your laptop. I'm saying close your phone, close your laptop, close your iPad, close your iWatch, whatever it is, turn everything off. Don't even pick up a book. Don't even do anything like that. Just go grab a cup of coffee and just watch people. That's about it. Notice what it does to your energy and focus. And if you feel inspired to create, then do it. Sometimes stepping back a little helps you come back with more purpose. And I know this is not the Pivot to Balance podcast, and I still think it's valid because as much as marketing is data, for me, I also think it's more about creativity. It's actually majority creativity. So I do think it's important because your creative juices are not unlimited and you need to do stuff like this to keep it in stock all the time. So that's basically what I've been doing, trial and error. We never know. Let me know your thoughts if you're trying something like this. And I'm pretty sure people with more experience have more experience in this area, obviously. So let me know your thoughts and I'll see you in the next episode. That's all for today. Hope you find it useful. Please feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn or email me at anusha@anushakanan.com. Follow me on LinkedIn to never miss my journey, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.